Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to design responsive and beautiful landing page. But in this page, I'm main focused on this effect, and this is effect called a glassmorphism effect. As you can see that in my left side section was a blur and my right side section was clearly visible. जैसे कि लेफ़्ट साइड के अंदर आप देख सकते हो कि इसके अंदर मेरा जो बैकग्राउंड है आपको सही से विजिबल नहीं होगा, उसमें आपको ब्लर इफेक्ट दिख रहा है। लेकिन ऐसे जैसे मेरा राइट साइड है उसमें आप क्लियरली जो मेरा बैकग्राउंड है जिसमें आपको ट्रीज क्लाउड ये सब चीज़ें दिख रही हैं उनको आप इजीली देख सकते हो। सो एंड आई एम आल्सो हेडिंग in this landing page. I am not create any nav bar, only I am add a simple heading. As you can see that inside my heading we have a two colors, and I have a large text effect in center of my div. So you can, as you can see that our eyes effect in the inside this text we have seen our background, but on the left side, on the right side of land, we can't see any background. I am adding only a single white color, that's it. तो गाइस ये होने वाला है हमारा लैंडिंग पेज जिसको हम आज डिज़ाइन करने वाले हैं. सो विदाउट एनी फर्दर डिले let's start the video and roll the intro. So now I am in my Visual Studio Code. As you can see that inside my Visual Studio Code I have a HTML file, CSS file and background image, that's it. And inside the HTML file I am adding a simple boilerplate code. Inside the body tag I am adding a h1 tag, and inside the h1 tag I am add a font. Inside the h1 tag I am adding a text, it's called Iceland. And I'll show you my CSS file. So in my CSS file I am adding a font family, and after that I'm add a universal operator, and inside this universal operator I'm add margin padding and box sizing border box, also add a font family. So this is our file structure. So let's start coding. And inside the h1 tag I am create a main div, and inside this main div I am adding a h1 not class h1. I am create only h1 tag. Inside the h1 first we have a eyes, and I put the span tag, I put the land inside the span. Okay, that's create a rhyming. I put the land inside the span. So that's it. Why I'm put the land in the span, because I'm going to change the color of the land. As you can see that inside my demo page our eyes color was a different as compared to land. So that's why I'm put this land in the span. So I'm change the color, and I'm also add a image. So I'm using a image tag, and that's it. And our HTML part has been done here. Our code is completely. So now let's jump into the CSS file and create this effect completely. So first I want to get this main div, so I'm using dot main. If you using a class, have to get the div using dot, and if you have to put the div as a id, so you can use has. Okay, so inside this main tag I'm adding some width 100% and height 100 vh. Take the 100% width of our viewport and height of our viewport. Okay, and put some position relative. That's it. So if I show you my design how look like, so you can see that we have a two scroll bars, but on this page we don't have any scroll bars. So first we have to hide both of these scroll bars. So first we will, and these scroll bars comes because our background image was too large. So first we will make this image as a cover, then our scroll bar was hidden. So I am target the main, and inside the main I am target the image tag. So inside this image tag I am adding a width 100%, height 100% and object fit cover. Using this property, by using this property our image was converted into a cover background. So I am showing you, as you can see that we don't have any vertical scroll bar. So we have this horizontal scroll bar because we have a Iceland heading outside of the image. So now I'm going to add this heading on this image. I'm target the h1. So in the main tag inside the h1, in the main tag of h1, first I have to put the position absolute comes on this our background, and put some position also, top 30 pixel and left 30 pixel. So and add some font size to increase their font size. So I'll show you how it look like this, and ignore this save button because it's comes because I'm adding a extension in my browser, so please ignore this. So as you can see that our Iceland was the right place as compared to this. So now I'm going to change this color. I'm going to make this Iceland like this. So I'm going to change the color of our span tag. So inside the main tag we have a span inside the h1 tag. So I'm going to put the color of green. That's it. So now our Iceland was complete right now. So now we have a small works was done. So now we are going to design this glassmorphism effect, and in this by and creating this glassmorphism effect I am using a pseudo selectors of CSS. If you don't know about if you know about what are pseudo selector and how it's working, so please go and check out some tutorials so you can easily get it what I am doing here. So we have a two types of pseudo selectors, before and after. So first we will create a before pseudo selector. So this is a syntax of writing the pseudo selector main. First we will write a div name which will want to create the pseudo selectors, which will want to apply the pseudo selectors. So I'm apply the pseudo selectors on the main div. So I'm put the main first, then after two colons, and then before. If you using the pseudo selectors, you have to put the position absolute. These two properties are compulsory for creating the pseudo selectors. First you have to put the position absolute and content blank. But in my case I am creating these ice and land using these pseudo selectors. So in your case, if you don't have any content to put inside this content, so you have to leave it blank. But in my case I will create the Iceland using pseudo selectors, so that's why I am put the ice inside this content. And let's add some positioning here. So left 0%, and if I show you how does this look like, so okay, leave it. So as you can see that we have the ice font. So we have got the ice text, but it's a too tight, it is a too small. So I'm going to increase the font size of it, and I put the font size of 18 gram. It's a huge large, so I'll show you. As you can see clearly our, so now I am add a background color. I am not put this background color, I will change it later, I'll show you because I'm design it. So that's why I'm put the red color. Okay, we will change it because I know this is not a good color as compare what we are going to design. So this is a look like this. So first I will add some width inside the pseudo selectors. So width 40% and height 100%. So the pseudo selectors can takes the 100% of height and 40% of width. If I put this width 50%, so you can see that our pseudo selectors are working clearly. So let's change this width into a 40%, and so we can make this pseudo selector as a flex box, so we can easily center this text. Okay, so now I am add some display flex properties, justify content center, align item center. I want to this text show me from the end of the div. So that's why I am changing this justify content center and put this flex end. So now it's on my place what I am want this, and add some padding 2 ram means 32 pixel. And now we are going to create the glass morphism effect. So I will change the background color into this. Okay, this is our background color. If I show you, you can see that we have this background color, and I'm also decrease the opacity of this color. If I increase this, so this is my simple white color. I'm going to reduce the opacity to 0.4%. Our background was visible on this pseudo selector, so let's create this div as a glassmorphism effect. Now I'm going to add the glassmorphism effect on this effect. So we have to add the CSS property backdrop filter, and in this backdrop filter we have an attribute called blur. So you can provide values in the blur is called ram or pixel. So I'm going to add pixel 10 pixel in this blur effect. So you can see that our as called a glassmorphism effect. I know it. I know this design was not look like this what I am going to design, but we have some remaining properties. First we will change this text black color to a transparent. So now we add a same background inside the CSS, and inside this CSS I am also add the same image. So it's not, so you can see that this image comes here. Okay, then add image positioning here, background position X I will put it 60% and Y also 60%. Okay, this image is look like this, but we will add this image not in pseudo selector. We will add this image on this effect. So we have a two properties are is WebKit text fill color transparent and WebKit background clip text. I'm using this WebKit properties in my CSS because sometimes our browser does not support these types of CSS properties. So if you face this types of problem कि आपका ब्राउज़र जो है ये इस टाइप की प्रॉपर्टी को सपोर्ट नहीं कर पा रहा है, तो आप लोग वेबकिट का यूज़ कर सकते हो. ठीक है, ये इसीलिए ही बनाई गई हैं कि अगर आपका वेब ब्राउज़र इस CSS की किसी प्रॉपर्टी को सपोर्ट नहीं कर पा रहा है तो आप इस टाइप से उनको लिख सकते हैं. जैसे कि इसके अंदर सब के सब अवेलेबल हैं. जैसे कि मैं वेबकिट डिस्प्ले फ्लैक्स लिखूँगा तो वो भी आ जाएगी यहाँ पर. अगर मैं यहाँ पर डिस्प्ले लिख दूँ और यहाँ पे मैं इसको फ्लैक्स पास कर दूँ तो ये प्रॉपर्टी भी सही है. ठीक है, अगर कोई आपका ऐसा ब्राउज़र है जिसके अंदर फ्लैक्स बॉक्स सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहा है तो आप वेबकिट यूज़ करके लिख सकते हो. Okay, that's why I'm using these two properties because I provided all the source code of my video in my description. If someone copy and paste my code and try to run it, so also these CSS are working on web browser. So that's why I'm using this web. So our landing page, our glassmorphism effect was completed here, but as you can see that it's overflow here. So we will add a overflow hidden in my main div. So I will add overflow hidden, so it will hide here. So you can see that our vertical scroll bar also hide. So what parts are remaining? We have remaining here, it's a land part. So let's create this also. So I'm going to use another pseudo selectors of CSS. So this is the second pseudo selectors of CSS. First is before and second is after. It is the same properties. We have first content, and I'll put the content in the land, and position absolute. These two properties are compulsory. So these two properties are compulsory to given it, otherwise these pseudo selectors are not working. Fill first, we add some font size. I will add same font size which font size I'm using the before, and same font size I'm using in after. And also add some positioning here, left 5%, so it comes here, and top 10%. And also create this div as a flex, also create this pseudo selector as a flex box. So I'm going to add the same properties. So that's why I'm copy and paste here and here, and I'm going to change this, and this length parts comes with end of the source sectors. I'm going to show it as a start, so I'm going to put start, flag start, so it comes with here. And this is not working. Why? I'm checking it, why it's not working. Okay, I'm not given any width and 100 width and height of this pseudo selectors, so I'll put the height. Okay, so now it's working. Okay, and also put the color white. So this is our land, and it show us a little bit down as compared to ice, so that's why I'm using a top 10% to it show us downside as a ice. ठीक है, उसको नीचे दिखाने के लिए ही मैंने 10% ऐड किया हुआ है, जिससे थोड़ा सा नीचे दिखे, और उसका कोई ख़ास रोल है नहीं। और 0.5% मैंने क्यों रखा हुआ है, जिससे कि वो इधर ना जाए, इधर ही रहे, ठीक है, अपने डिव के। तो ये our landing page was done here in a desktop mode, but if I resize this browser page and go to the inspect mode, so if I decrease the size width of this page, so you can see that this page was not responsive. Okay, it's look better in my desktop mode, but on the on the small devices it's not look like a good. First we will so what we have to do, we will make this page is a responsive, so we will write some media queries as well. Media screen and max width, this is the syntax of media queries. So now let's resize this browser, and on the 1700 pixel I'm going to decrease the font size of this Iceland. Okay, so on the 1700 pixel I'm going to decrease the font size of before and after pseudo elements, so I'm target both in a single line of code. So in previously I'm add the font size 18 RAM, but now I'm go with 15 RAM. So if I resize the browser and let's go less than 1700 pixels, so you can see that our Iceland text would decrease into 18 to 15 RAM. Resize, let's also resize this screen and go with small types of devices. So on the 1400 pixel also decrease the font size of this Iceland. So let's copy and paste it here on the 1400 pixel. Let's change the text size of this 15 to 10 RAM. So now you can see that if I reduce the size, so on when it's less than 1400 pixels, so our text going to a small. So now we will face a problem. Our land text was entered in the left section. So now I'm going to put some positioning on the land text and create some difference between both these texts. So on 100 pixel, first I will decrease the font size as well, and inside the main after I am create some difference by using at the 15% of right side. So if I close this, so now we can see that space between ice and land, so it's a much better. And I'm going to also decrease the height of this landing page. Previously I'm adding the 100% of height, so now I'm going to 80 vh of height. Okay, first we have to write height 80 vh. So this is our actual landing page look like. If I also resize this browser again on the on the 600 pixel I'm going to reduce the font size of this Iceland. I'm not like to make the page responsive, but what can I do? So first we will add some positioning here and put the land text upside from of the Iceland. If I also show you in this page, so this is also look like this what I'm going to design. Okay, and also decrease the font size. Okay, I'll decrease, and let's decrease the font size and go with a small mobile devices. So now I'm going to reduce the font size and let's decrease the font. Let's resize the browser and go for a small width devices as a mobile phones. So I want to create, I'm going to create, I want to add the eyes and land from up and down. Okay, let's code it what I'm going to, what I'm saying on 500 pixel. On 500 pixel I'm going to increase the size of this before pseudo selector. So I'm increase the size of width as a 45%. So you can, this is some size as increase. So now I'm going to change this value 15 to 10%. And so here our land text, but on this viewport I'm change the position of the land. I'm going to change the position of this land text and put this land downside of our ice text. So let's target with main after and then change the position of this text. So I put it right. And first I will add some random values, then after I will change it according to their okay. So now this land text was, so this land text वो खाली अभी जो अभी ये land text आ रहा है वो थोड़ा ऊपर आ रहा है. So I'm going to put down. So I'm increase the size of this. So let's go with 20%. So it is, it's much better पहले वाले से. ठीक है, तो अब मैं क्या करूँगा, इसकी जो राइट है उसको भी मैं थोड़ा सा और कम कर दूँगा. So let's go with 5%, 0%. So now it's look like very great, and maybe it's also go with our width 360. So now it's it's now I'm successful create this fully, I'm successful create this page fully responsive because we have a last size of mobile phone is 360 pixel width. So it's a fully responsive. If I increase the size, it's a look like into a bigger smartphones. And if I increase this, it's a look like, if I increase the size of this page, it's a for tablet. And if I again increase the size, so it's for small desktop and it is for large desktop. This is the content I'm going to cover in this video. We will create a glass morphism effect, and if you love these types of content, so please like my video and subscribe my channel. I'll see you next time in next video. Bye bye.